Well, obviously, if we'd heard anything, we would have let y'all know. We haven't heard anything about the fridge.
No, nothing about the fridge.
Come on, Tux, let's go for breakfast. Come on, honey, come on. Come on, let's go. Let's go for breakfast, come on. Here's yours. Here you go. See, smell, good stuffs. Come on, Tux. Everybody else is over here being good. Come on, Tuxie, let's go, bud. Big stretches. Come on, Tux. Tuxie. Dawn distracted him. I'll go get him. There we go. It's in the mid-20s again. Time to do the morning water routine. Get the ice out of the water bowls. Here comes Ruby. I did remember to plug in last night. I'm absolutely sure of it. I was very careful. Well, coming in from Taekwondo, that's my normal routine. Dawn's already back from the mailbox. Everybody's where they're supposed to be this morning. Gypsy did come a second time yesterday, and we saw Smokey, the new stray, in the backyard also, so everybody's doing good. Really got to motivate myself to try to catch Morris one of these mornings. Hey, Stripey, that's good. You come over and get out of the way. I was going to say I didn't see anybody around. Oh, hey, Gray. Yes, you should definitely scurry back to your safe spot with Panther on the front porch. If you're over here, it's totally possible you're going to run into boy cats. I washed my wipe down rag last night. Good morning, Ruby. That's one of the newer Prius in front of us. Well, I'm feeling fired up right this minute because the first thing that showed up in my news feed this morning was an article from Business Insider, which seems to report on tons of things that don't have to do with business, although in this case, I guess it does. But anyway, I was contacted a couple nights ago by a Tesla owner sharing the change.org link to ask President Biden to please acknowledge Tesla for their leadership in electric vehicles, since he's been getting up at all of these town hall type meetings, business meetings with the, GM and Ford automakers, and basically the word Tesla hasn't come out of his mouth one time, and I'm pretty upset about it. And I signed the change.org petition, of course. So it's out there if you're interested in showing your support. Not that I guess it'll do any good, but if it's at least getting some traction with some of the media outlets, then maybe it did its job anyway. People are going to think what they're going to think, but I would really appreciate, he wants to throw support behind the UAW and GM and Ford. That doesn't get me too upset, but to totally not, because they are American automakers, and obviously I support Buy American, but I would like for him to at least be more honest in his remarks with regard to why we're where we are today, which is basically 100% due to Tesla. So, remember the EV1 and GM trying to bury electric cars? Yeah. So anyway, you can consider it out there. I should have put it up a couple of nights ago. I regret, in the video, I regret not mentioning it at the time. I don't know, it didn't occur to me, but mentioning it now, it's never too late. So Dawn's just reading the newspaper and messaged me that Tom Brady retired yesterday. Yeah, I had seen that in my news feed. 22 years with the NFL. We're both of the opinion that basically, even though we're not Patriot fans or specifically Tom Brady fans, that he is so much of the current NFL game and will be taking so much of that game spirit with him that the NFL could find themselves hurting with viewership. Who's going to take his place as somebody that people are just totally wanting to tune into? I guess time will tell, right? I mean, NASCAR was never the same for me after Dale Earnhardt died. And it wasn't because I pulled for him every week, every race necessarily, but he was such a major part of the narrative around NASCAR that, him and other people like Jeff Gordon and Bill Elliott back in the day, that, after Earnhardt left, it really changed the race. It made it real, I guess, in that case, that you could get hurt out there. But I guess time will tell with how the game continues to find viewership given Brady being gone and, you know, more talk about the concussion head trauma injuries. Well, Johnny just got out of the car, and at 7:33 we had a glass break in the garage a few minutes before we left, and it took me, I needed to stop and clean it up, and that probably cost us 5 minutes, our, you know, cushion. So there were other students walking in, and Johnny's first period teacher is fairly flexible, so I don't think it'll be a problem. Matter of fact, all these cars coming through the security gate right now still are probably high school students, so it is what it is. Break a piece of glass, which, you know, I hate it, I did it, but it happens. Wow, it's still only 29 degrees out there. I think it's supposed to be up near 50 today. Really sorry to hear that a friend of ours had a minor fender bender with their Model 3 yesterday. They stopped in their small town to let a woman holding a child and another woman cross the street at a pedestrian crosswalk. It'd kind of be like downtown Fuquay and somebody wants to cross the street. And you can see on the dash cam that as he, you know, was going slow and came to a stop for the pedestrians, there was a large pickup truck in a business driveway on the right side of the car, so on his side of the street. But the truck was already stopped, right? No big deal. Well, the dash cam shows us that people are crossing the street, that his car like does one of these numbers. So it's like a funny little shimmy. And then when he showed the right repeater camera, you can see that the pickup truck just came out of the driveway and hit the side of the car. And this was, I don't know, 5 full seconds after he was stopped and the people were in the middle of the road. And he was already stopped when our friend stopped. And the driver said he couldn't see over the hood, and the car behind our friend waved him on. Well, maybe they meant you can go when traffic moves again versus you should go right now. The car's drivable. I'm sure it's repairable, but the inconvenience, diminished value, you know, it just is, like, I don't want to say what word I really want to use, but it's quite unfortunate, and we felt really bad for our friend. And obviously, you know, in these things you always say, and it's true, it could have been much worse, but still it wasn't good. I don't know, I was just contemplating being on the road with other drivers. It's like you notice out and about, outside of the car, that people's patience and kindness with each other just feels like it's vastly diminished over the last couple of years to me. And, you know, it's the same thing behind the wheel, and when it's behind the wheel, the cars, sometimes they become like a weapon, you know, at high speeds and doing maneuvers that aren't so great. So I don't know, every day I get back home without any incidents other than my blood pressure raised, I'm feel pretty lucky, right? Pretty happy about that. So let's hope today, which is my hope for every day, that it's a safe and calmer ride than some other days. So I think I told you guys yesterday, Michelle and I are meeting tomorrow, Thursday. I'm headed back home today. I got to finish yesterday's video. I've been opting for sleep so that I can be a better driver and let my foot heal up and get my back straight for a while. And it's just, you know, better for my health. So I've got it ready to listen to. I've got all of the framework stuff done. And then, you know, Dawn and I are going to go for a walk, and then I'm going to play with my Legos, finish up the big race day, which is not going to take long, and then work on something, one of the other friends' kits. Like I said, pretty much this whole week I'm dedicating to going through the friends' kits and building what I can out of them, and then just combining all of the leftover bricks at that point into a bin that I can pull stuff out of and work into my other stuff as needed. I'm a little worried today. My back is sort of more under control, and I really feel like it's lifting the Lego bins that's exacerbating the problem. But so I am a little worried about starting to lift bins and have fun, but yet that's what I want to do. So I don't know, maybe I'll get Dawn to lift them up on the bed so I don't have to bend over, because there is a lot of shuffling of bins it's a real workout looking for parts to fix these things. It's much more labor intensive than just say opening a kit. So what a great Star Wars find yesterday. Super excited. Only way I could have been more excited is if it was the Razor Crest or one of the huge, you know, 10,000 piece large Star Wars kits that somebody gave away, which would be really sad, but it would be good because, you know, I found that R2-D2 the one time. Anyway, I guess I'm just chatty this morning. I'm gonna do my little walk and get on down the road. I got things to do and places to go. Well, it's a totally stealth, blacked out Model Y. Very pretty, very shiny, newish looking paint. Well, it's nice that the town cleans the streets, but I can't safely go around him on this curve. I'll have to wait. It's not the end of the world. Patience, Marianne. You know, you talk about other people being patient. So the street cleaner did come all the way down here and got up all the leaves, and you can tell it's a little damp where he treated it, and so cool. I guess maybe hopefully he went over the bridge, because the bridge had all that sand and stuff kind of left from the weather event, and it was pretty yucky down there. It looks cleaner. So they stuck this at the end of the trail, which we thought they needed one. So that's great that they did that. And yeah, we're out here walking now. I decided to work on the video after instead of before, because if I sat down, I wasn't sure I was gonna get back up. And Don needs to be done at least by 10:50 before his conference call starts. So anyway, walk first. It'll get me all energized to come back and stay awake and do a great job on it. In another hour, let's face it, it's not really gonna make that much difference. I'm hanging in there. This is our third time around the track. I think the cold weather and my toes being a little cold in these Crocs is actually to my benefit. Don and I were looking at my foot last night, and most of the bruising is gone on the toe itself and on the top of my foot. However, you can see that the little toe is still bigger than it's supposed to be. So my gait is much more normal, which I'm sure is, you know, better for my back and ankle and hip and all of that good stuff. But I still got a ways to go. I still feel that the toe doesn't feel great with each step, but obviously it's not such a sharp pain that I can't walk on it. So I'm glad to be out here this morning. Any day I wake up and I get to come out in the trail with Donnie is a good day. I feel better after these walks, so it's all good. Here comes some Canada geese. They're gonna fly by here up overhead in just a second. Oh, they turned. They're headed north. Bye, guys. We're done, and Don's driving us back to the house. It was an hour and 5 minutes, 25-minute miles, 2.59 miles total. My average heart rate was, what did I say it was, Donnie? I'm scrolling. I'm sorry. Was 108 beats per minute. Yeah. So that was all good. Don looked in the Google Fit app. You know, his watch is not on the cell network like mine is. At any point, whatever screwy numbers it had on his watch yesterday in Google Fit, it looked pretty it looked closer. It looked a little more respectable. So right. Anyway, it was, you know, good to get out there. I certainly enjoyed the bright sunshine, the brisk walk. It wasn't uncomfortable today because it's not windy. And the temperature is up to 46. Yeah, Don heard somebody working, but it's not at the house, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't see any pickup trucks. I don't see.
We heard some work going on, but it's not that work site.
Yeah.
We're just still curious about what they're going to do in that spot. I don't see the crew over here. They really, I think, finished clearing the brush that they cleared yesterday.
Well, they had all the equipment. There was nothing.
Yeah, equipment and men. They did what they...
Chipper.
Yeah. I've got about 90 minutes before I have to leave to go get Johnny, and hi sweetie, are you helping me again? I'm gonna finish up the big race day first and then start on something else. Hi. All right, there it is. The cars, the start line, the finish line, and the little television crew announcer's booth. Okay, Marty, you hold down the fort for me, all right? I'll be back in a little bit. Hey, my daffodils are opening. Well, it's 57 out there and just gorgeous. Really pretty. I don't know what happened to my morning, but I didn't get anything done with the Lego stuff except for finishing up the big race day. I did get involved with the conversation among some other Tesla owners, but I swear that didn't take up that much time. I don't know, I guess it just took longer than I thought to finish up the one project. Hopefully I'll have some time when we get home, because I just don't feel like I got anything done this morning. I'm like, where did the morning go? I should be pretty early to pick up Johnny, on the earlier side of pickup than later, so hopefully we'll make good time back to town. No Taekwondo tonight because it's Wednesday, and we'll just be hanging out at the house. Well, I decided to build 41325, and the UPS, and I've got the swing set reconstructed. And I know that this was, I found this, that's how I figured out what it went to. But my Ferris wheel just came. It's in here. I'm so excited. I probably won't fool with that today though. That'll be Friday's treasure. Well, this was a, you know, a partial set, a sort of incomplete set. The thing that was most important about it was that these two white supports were in it and these two pink supports, because those are very special pieces. I could have ordered them and they're not real expensive, but one of them goes to this ride and the other supports the whole Ferris wheel. So God, it looks like the little cars. Like this is one of them. They're mostly put together in there. I bet I could have the Ferris wheel standing upright pretty quick. Maybe I want to change gears. Well, I'm having fun building the spokes, but as you can see, this piece is closed holes. And I went to the garage and I found this piece, which is open holes, but I'm short one of these. I'm really happy with what came. I have no complaints with this seller. It's exactly what they said. I think they said, their words were, I'm pretty sure most of all the Ferris wheels there, if it's missing one spoke, that's, you know, based on the parts I have, that's close enough. It's just, which bin do I have that part in? All right, there's the Ferris wheel. I got it put together. I found that one part. I didn't have to substitute or be bummed because it wasn't put together properly, and it moves. Well, actually, that's backwards. This is not the pretty side. So let's turn it around. There we go. I mean, I built it like it said to build it, but this side is the pretty side. I guess you could turn it by the knob here, and of course you could motorize it if you wanted to. I love Lego parts that move. Yay!